Hey writers, it's a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania, as you can probably see, and I'm sitting out here on my deck getting ready for Story a Day September. Are you ready? I don't know about you, but I'm feeling some resistance. Definitely feeling some resistance. And it's kind of crazy because we want to write, right? We want to be doing this thing which is gonna make us more fully ourselves. It's going to make us happier and easier to live with. It's going to create a legacy for us. All these stories that we're going to leave behind, all these moments where our loved ones are going to see us doing something that's important to us, where they start to respect it, where we start to respect it. It's going to make us happier, and yet we resist because it's not easy. And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about the hero's journey, you know, that circle that Joseph Campbell laid out with the stages of the hero's journey on it. And I was thinking that the stage that we're at right now, maybe you're there too, is this moment right before you step over the threshold from the normal world, the ordinary world, the everyday world, into the magical world. The magical world where you're a writer and you've made that choice and you've made that step and you've declared, I'm going on this journey. And that's scary. And it's not a coincidence that even in the most heroic of stories, the hero doesn't do it alone. That's the point, right before they step over the threshold, that's the point where the hero hesitates, refuses the call, decides they'll maybe do it next year. And they wait there until something comes along, until someone comes along, that mentor, and says to them, come on, you've got this, let's do it together. And accepting help from that mentor doesn't mean that they're going to be with you forever. They're not going to do it for you. It just means that you're human, that maybe you're a hero if you need someone to help you take that step. I've done it in my own life. I have always struggled with my weight, and I used to use food to stuff down my feelings. Some of them were my feelings about writing. I wanted to be writing, but it's hard and resistance kicks in, and it's much easier to go down to the kitchen and find a bag of chips and start shoveling them in. And then eventually, you know, I wanted to be in control. And eventually it was when I found a mentor who spoke to me in the way I could hear that I was able to drop 25 pounds and give up those binges and instead spend that time and that brain power on things that I really wanted to be doing, like writing and hanging out with my writing friends. And the same thing happened with my writing. I was sporadic and I would start to write and fall away from it. And it wasn't until about a decade ago when I started going out to writers' groups. And I had to kiss a bunch of frogs to find the group and the people that worked for me. But eventually I found that group which served as the mentor, which extended a hand and said to me, come over with us into the magical world where writing is part of your life. And I've never looked back. And I don't know that I could have done it when I was younger, because I was young and British and we don't ask for help for stuff. But after I've been living in America for a while and I got a little older, it became a lot easier to ask for help and to realize that this was my moment and that asking for help was fine, you know. And I found my mentors and they helped me step from the ordinary world into the magical world, and it is magical. I get to hang out with people who make up stories all the time. I get to hang out with people who understand what I say, what I mean when I say, I'm writing, even though I'm staring at the wall. I talked to somebody recently who told me that she had to fight her brother for the laptop because he thinks she's not writing when she's staring into space, so he steals the laptop and starts playing games. And I get it. I know exactly what she means. I also know what it means to be standing on that threshold and to be thinking, yeah, sure, I want to write, but I've got all these other things I need to do. you know? Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, he had all kinds of other things he had to do. He had to help his uncle with the evaporators, and the harvest was coming in, and I don't know what. I can't quote that movie, but it's not until he meets Obi-Wan Kenobi that he sees a path. And when he takes that step, he has his mentor for a while to help him. So, long story short, if you're thinking about writing this September, there's a place where you can get help to help you step over that threshold. I'm part of that, and my Superstars group is part of that. We will be your companions, we will be your mentor to help you take the step from living in the ordinary world to living in the magical world where you get to tell stories and tell them often and be the person that you want to be. And sure, you can cobble this together yourself. I certainly did that, and it took me probably 7 years to figure it out and to get to the point where I had my crew in place and I had my mentors and I had my routine and I was comfortable on that journey. The internet's a big place. There are lots of writers out there. There are lots of teachers out there. There are lots of places and communities where you can go and look for what you need. I would invite you to consider joining us in the Story a Day Superstars group, because I promise you it is one of the most supportive, generous, fun communities of writers that I've ever come across. There's no snark, well, only good snark. There's no competition. Everybody is there to support everyone else. Some of the people will be further along on the journey than you, and some of the people will highlight the fact that you know a little bit more about these things than they do, and you actually know what you're doing. Trying to become a writer by yourself can absolutely be done. Of course it can. But it's tough, and there are many bumps, and there are many days when you will question whether it's worth it, whether you have the talent, whether this is even a valid thing to want. I spent a lot of time out there in the ordinary world wondering if this was right. Having people around you who are on the journey too, having someone like me as a mentor who can reassure you and show you the beginnings of the path so that you can forge your own way, forge your own journey, walk on the path you're meant to be on. It's so valuable. It gets you there so much faster. You don't have to kiss any more frogs. You've found us. We're here waiting for you. Story a Day September starts in a couple of days. The Superstars group runs all the way to April, but sign-ups close on September the 1st. I really hope you'll consider joining us. To get where you need to go, to take that scary step over the threshold, to admit that you want to be a writer, with everything that entails, the possibility of failure, the possibility of stumbling. It's so much better when you have people around you to pick you up and help you and lift you up over obstacles and show you paths that you didn't even know existed yet. I will be honest, it's hard for me to make this video. It's hard for me to keep reaching out and putting this out there and saying to people, come with us, be with us. I know how great it is to be in this group. And it would be very easy for me to sit here and say, hey, you know what? They don't want to come, they don't want to come. But if you're watching me, I just know, because I've been where you are, you want to write and you keep putting it off, or maybe you start and you stop, or you get to a certain point and it's frustrating and you haven't found your people yet. I think we might be your people. Join us this September. Give us a shot. Come on this journey with us. Story Day Superstars. Click the link. Join us.